And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
A very good game, Russian Railroads. I really enjoy this game. This game is about optimizing points. I think the theme is a little thin, and you can fall very far behind in Russian Railroads, but that doesn't stop it from being a great game. I played it several times over the year, and each time it's just such an intriguing game. I think one of the reasons I like Russian Railroads so much is because every option is good. You're like, oh, I can do that, or I can do that, or I can do that. And you're just having fun building up your railroad kind of system, even if your railroad system is essentially just sliding point markers around. But because they're so interesting, you know, it makes the game fun. So I was very keen to see what this would add. This is Russian Railroads, German Railroads. Or they're basically just calling it German Railroads. This is an expansion for the game. You need Russian Railroads. This adds basically two main different things, new boards and coal. Let's take a look. Okay, first of all, we want to look at there's a new board for each player. Okay, so first you have the Trans-Siberian Railroads, now you have the German Railroads. So you're going to get these boards. Each player can have a different one, and I want you just to notice that there's some differences. The main railroad line to Munich is in the middle, okay, just like it's on the top there. And there's a lot of similarities, but you'll notice there's also a decent amount of differences. The biggest difference is, and we're going to just go now to the main board, to the new German board, that the main line splits here. And so when you get to this spot, you can pick which way you want to go. This way offers more rewards, and it's the only way to get the white trains. You can't get the white trains if you go down. However, if you go down, you get things just a little bit faster, which may be what you need as the game progresses. I like this. It's a small change, easy to implement. Then these other two, we have one going to Dresden, and we have one going to Essen. And so we have these two train lines here. What's interesting about these train lines is, this is the one that was on the bottom of the first one, the one that went to Kiev. This one here that goes to Essen. This one here, when you get to the last spot here, you're going to pick a tile that goes there. And you have these tiles to pick from. The same thing is with Essen. When you get to this first one, you're going to pick the tile. When you get to the second one, you'll pick a tile. And wow, look at the plethora of tiles. So let's say I'm on the Essen one. So if I do this one, I'm going to get 5 points twice on here, and I get the circle token. Here I get if I have to get a gray, and I get the circle token faster. And then I get an extra worker. I don't get an extra worker on the first one, so what do I want more? Do I want the extra worker, or do I want the 10 extra points? Here I get tokens. These tokens here, when you get every token, you can take a token. This one here gives you a coin. This one here lets you move any track you want. This one here lets you move a black and a gray track. This one lets you move your factory. And there's two of each. And so when I get here, I can pick one of these tokens to take. And every turn, I can use this token once per each round. And then I flip it over at the end of a turn. So if I pick this one, let's say I pick it early in the game, I might be able to use it to move my factory 4 times, which can be a big deal. Or to get a gold every turn. Again, that's nothing to scoff at. So I might want those. Or here, I want the train and one of those tokens. Or down here, I want the worker and then double everything. Here, I need to get the gray trains, but I get a worker and this. So, man, that to me, these are really tough choices that you have. And then when you get to the second half of Essen, you have to make another choice. They're all going to give you 10 points. But this one lets you move your factory twice. This one gives you a gold coin. This one gives you another one of those tokens. And then on the top one, the one that's coming from Dresden, it's just a very similar thing. Some let you move factories, some let you... This one gives you another factory marker, which is an interesting way to get another factory marker. This one doesn't give you 10 points like the rest of them do, but it does give you 2 coins. So, which of these are the best? I don't know, but the fact is, with this new board, you now have the option to pick which of these that you want to add. There's other things that are added. There's a little solo variant with cards here, and I don't play solo, but this is just, if you'd like to, if you want to do that, this expansion allows you to do that. There's also a new bonus card here. This bonus card lets you draw a tile and place it up here. So instead of, this is different than the other tile that the game gives you. So instead of being 0, 1, 2, 4, 7, now it's 0, 2, 3, 7, 8. So that's a great bonus card to have. There's also new people that will show up. This person is incredibly cool. You put a worker here and you'll draw 2 of the starting bonuses cards randomly, and you get whatever they say. Here, this will let you move the black, the gray, and the brown. Move the gray 3 times. Use one of your factories again, although this one here is worth -10 and tiebreakers at the end of the game. But still, 4 new extra people. In the coal part of the expansion, you're going to add a new piece to the board right here like this. This gives you some new actions. There's going to be a new resource used in this game, and that resource is coal. Coal is used just like coins. It's another type of worker that you can place on specific spots. You'll start with a coal. You can put a worker here to get a coal, a coin to get a foundry and a coal, and you can spend 2 coal to get a boost to one of your engines. Each engine can have 1 of these. It'd be outside places after a 6 engine. That engine is now a 7, so it's a quick way to get a boost. But what's most interesting about coal is the foundries. When I go here, I'll draw a foundry and put that in front of me. And now, in the future, I can spend 2 coal to go here to move my factory. Each of these foundries has a different thing. This foundry here, for example, gives you 2 gold when you put 2 coal there. Each foundry has special abilities. This one lets you move your factory twice, and maybe this one here gives you a star and lets you move a brick of your choice. So you have different ways to use coal. Coal is this extra resource then that is being bandied about, and players are going to consider going to these spots. There's also a new noble here that if you can put a worker there to get 2 coal. There's another starting resource card that has coal on it, so coal will show up in various other ways throughout the game. Now I said this adds 2 main things at the beginning. It actually adds 3 because there is the solo variant, which I don't play, but if you like solo stuff, go for it. The 2 variants are very different. You can combine both of them. It recommends that you don't, but if you're an experienced Russian Railroad player, it's not going to matter. For me, the new boards are phenomenally fun. I love the idea of having a different board than everyone else. Now, this increases my stress because I'm thinking, am I choosing the right parts to these boards? Am I picking the right things on here? I hope so, I hope so, I hope so. So there's a little bit of that going on. But overall, I think that I don't mind that stress. I just think that the options that you have, ooh, I want to get more of those tokens that you can flip over. Or no, I'm just going to go for straight points. Or I'm just going to go for the one that doubles it, like the original game. But whatever I do, I know that you aren't doing the same thing I do. And that I would rather play on the German boards any day over the Russian boards for that reason. There's no loss of gameplay. There's no set strategies either. When you go for the first one, is one of those things the best? Maybe someone will figure that out, but I don't, and I think that you can pick the one that goes with your strategy. Excellent addition to the game. Love it. The coal is good, although I could take or leave it. Taking the coal out of the game wouldn't make me weep. It's interesting, it's nice, the foundries, the additions to the trains, those are very useful things. Coal is scarcer than you think as you're playing. It's there, you can get it, but you can fight over it a bit. You should either probably jump full-blown into getting coal and working on the foundries, or stay out of it completely. I made a mistake of kind of, dabbling in it. Dabbling in it is a bad idea. But of course, dabbling in anything in Russian Railroads, you commit to your course and you follow through. Something I never do. But the coal isn't bad. I like that expansion. It gives more options, doesn't overwhelm. The foundries gives cool special powers, and it kind of gives another thing, another leg, not just the factories, not just the trains, but just going straight for coal now is something else you can do in the game. Both of these are fine. I would get it for just the new boards alone. I like them that much. The coal is a nice addition, and hey, if you want to play the game solo, you got it there too. It's a win all around for an already excellent game. German Railroads, Russian Railroads, German Railroads, whatever. The expansion. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!